Welcome to the 5th edition of Kart Globe, your karting global news network. Step by step, we're coming closer to the race action, like the International WSK, for example, starting again after 4 months in Adria today, even the first F1 event in Austria at the Red Bull Ring this weekend. And the next week, here, Kart Data are proud to present the Motorsport Festival with the DTM historic cars at the Salzburg Ring. If you're interested, take a look on kart-data.com for more details. In this episode, our focus is on the teams whose business is racing to bring the racers back on track. So sit back, fasten your seatbelt and hang on. First stop, Adria International Raceway, Italy, where we'd planned a date with 2 teams. We're sorry to say, but Ricky has a full program. However, we meet one of the smartest guys in the paddock, the young Pex brother. Hi Stan, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. I know I've got you in the middle of qualifying and racing there at the WSK, round 3. So what's it like, Stan, to be back on track?
Yeah, it feels very good. Of course, yeah, you need to come into the races again. But yeah, I really enjoy. A lot of drivers are here, so that's good. Yeah, I just had the qualifying. Had a little bad luck with the timing.
Okay.
But the speed is there, and yeah, it's good to be racing again.
Okay, and what have you been doing, Stan? I've seen photos and videos and everything. You haven't stopped, I think, in the last month.
No. When the track was closed, I work really hard in the workshop to prepare everything, every chassis and engines. But when the tracks go open again, we go almost every day to the circuit, and also with my team go to the circuit. So we had a lot of work. Tried to prepare everyone, included my brother and myself. So yeah, I think we're good prepared for the races what's upcoming.
Okay, but Jorit's not there this week. I notice he's missing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jorit is at home, so he's getting a child. So yeah,
Okay.
he need to stay home. Yeah.
All right, so
But
you'll have to party when you get home with them, if you've got time, to celebrate the birth of your new nephew. But in the meantime, you've got a little bit of work to do, I think, there on the track. Tell me, Stan, what's your feeling now about this season, knowing how long you guys have been at home, the whole situation and everything? Like you say, you've been working, but a lot of people haven't even been in the go-kart. What do you think's going to happen?
yeah, I think the people around here in Italy, they had also a few weeks for testing. So I think everyone is prepared at the moment.
Okay.
For sure, it's difficult for the big factories because they are also closed for a long time, and they cannot spend so much money. So everything is a little bit different, but when everything restart again, we can go full gas for everybody.
Yeah. What about the drivers? Are they taking any kind of precautions there, or is it just like normal? How does it look in the paddock?
Yeah, the paddock looks quite normal. Yeah, some people are wearing masks. Yeah, but everything looks quite normal, and no, it's just the feeling is good that it's again normal, so that's fine. Not really specific rules, so no, that's good.
No, you had a great start to the season though, because we were at the Winter Cup in Spain, and of course Juho was on the top step of the podium, riding on board the Kart Republic. We spoke to Dino actually in the last program, and the season was looking really positive. Last year, of course, you also picked up a title in the DKM, and do you think it's going to change the outcome now of the season for anybody, or you think it's just been like an opportunity to take a break and catch up a little?
Well, we had a very good start this season, and yeah, for sure, other people have also time to prepare. But I was already good prepared before the season, so yeah, we need to look how the other people work in the stop. But yeah, we need to see. I think for sure for some drivers easy to restart again, and for some
Yeah.
drivers it's more hard to get into the races.
Okay. So as we finish, and I let you go because you've got a race this afternoon, but what about your mate Max? Has he been in the go-kart? He's in Austria here with us at the Red Bull Ring, but has he done any driving with you? Or has he been in
No,
Monaco?
he was yeah, he was being in Monaco. Yeah, he was stuck in his apartment, so he need to stay there. So he was not allowed to go out of the apartment.
Okay.
So he did some sim racing, and but he was not allowed to come to Holland and start to go karting. So
Okay.
yeah,
He missed out this time. But in any case, I'm sure as soon as he can, he'll be back on track with everyone. And of course, we're going to wish you luck and wish him luck for the weekend. So nice to have you joining us here on Kart Globe too. And all the best to Jorrit. Congratulations.
yes,
We'll tell him next time we see him. So at the DKM.
yeah.
All right. Thank you very
Yes,
much, Stan.
yes. Thank you very much. Bye
Say
bye.
hi to the team. Bye.
Yes, bye bye. Bye.
Silent, fast, electro power, IK Media. Hello, Lucas Degner, DKM coordinator. Welcome to Kart Globe. How are you?
Hi, Jen. Thank you for the invitation. I'm fine, and you?
Yes, very well. Looking forward to getting back on track, of course.
As we do.
Yes. Now, of course, not to mention we've had changes in the calendar, I understand that. But as we were talking anyway, we want to be positive, look forward. We were talking to Stephen Chapman from Rotax recently, also a little bit about the new Project D20. But I thought it would be nice to see what your team has been up to, you know, over the last few months at IK Media.
Yeah, so we were thinking a lot about the hygiene concepts together with the DMSB. We worked on that very close together.
Yes.
And thanks to our centrally organized operation we have in the DKM, we can act very quickly and in coordinated manners. So,
Yeah.
for example, we bring various security equipment with us and set it up between our workplaces we have in the tents. What we basically looking for is to keep the idea of our concept and of the championship. So we will, for example, separate the workplaces by using transparent roll-ups to keep
Okay.
the character of our team tents,
Yes.
to keep the working together and being together, but with the highest possible protection for the competitors.
Okay.
And another big point was that we will digitize a lot. So, for example, the driver briefings, card introductions, and the basic communications will take place online.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, so you put a little bit of thought into this then during the break. And as you said, keep the feeling, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, when you have the DEKM, the drivers are in two tents, but they're all together. They're not in their own tents. So letting them feel like they're still there together and working together as a one group, one series. So using the screens and also, you know, the other things, I guess it's so important, isn't it, from what I understand, to build that confidence that people feel like it's okay to go back on track, but more importantly, to make sure that you can manage that, because as the coordinator, you're responsible for this.
Yeah, we have to give the competitors the confidence, like you said.
Yes.
So the most important thing is to get them of course back on track, because it's all we love, but to do it in a way that it's safe for everyone and to keep it clean.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I have seen in the news, and I wanted to ask you about this, that there is the possibility to test the Project D20 for the DEKM for anyone that wants to just try it. And if, for example, if I wanted to try it and I've got a license, what do I need? Which license? National, international?
So for competing in the DKM, you will need a national A license.
Yes?
And like you said, we will have the opportunity at the beginning of July to do some test drives. So we will.
I'm
I
looking forward
think
to that.
we,
Where will it be?
hopefully, I will see you there. It will be in Wackersdorf,
Yes?
maybe in the first or the second week of July.
Okay, that's not so
At the
far
new
from
Rotax.
where we are. Yep, sounds good.
No, so it's really close to
Yeah.
now. And yeah, it will be in the new Rotax Project E20 card.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that some interested drivers have the opportunity to test what we developed since the last and the first generation to what we
Yes.
have now.
Yeah.
And I think this will be one key to fill up the rest of our grid.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea. Also, just to try it, because even though it's still a go-kart, a Sodi kart, I believe, that it's still a little bit different, the feeling and everything, like everything, scooters and bikes now that are electric. So yeah, this is the thing. Looking forward to the testing. People can do this any way they can contact you if they want to do this, can't they? Through the website.
So all information you need are on the DKM web page, and also if you have any further questions or you want to register for the test days, you can do it by emailing us at info@dekm.de.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else that you can tell me? Any news or anything else happening there at IK Media?
Well, we were thinking a lot about the race calendar, and this brings a lot of problems with us, or brought a lot of problems with us. But I think we managed it quite well by postpone our calendar to the first event of the DKM in Kerpen. I hope this will stay, and we can start with the season at the beginning of August. Also, starting in Kerpen means that we will have our test days in Kerpen. We'll then go after the event in Kerpen to Milsen. After that, we will have one round with the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy. And after that, we will be again back in Wackersdorf, and we'll have our final round with DKM final round in Ampfing at the end of the season.
Vielen Dank, and see you next time on track.
To everyone out there, and stay healthy.
You too. Thank you. Now it's time for an afternoon break with scones and tea. Hello, Great Britain. Welcome to Kart Globe, Dan Holland. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm well. Thank you. All things considering.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, can you get out of home? I see you working there at home, but obviously it's easy for you to work at home, but not, unfortunately, to get out of England, I guess, up until now.
Yeah, it's obviously strange times, but we've got a home office here, so I've been able to keep in touch with customers and do bits and pieces. We've obviously respected any lockdown period. We have been back and going now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's been really busy since we've been back. In fact, we was even participating in a race this weekend, just a local independent race. And that was really enjoyable to see the guys back out on track.
Yeah, I guess everyone's just waiting for that day, aren't they, that they can get out there and say, this is what I really missed. This is what I love about racing, and also the people, the mechanics, everybody gets together. Tell me, what have you been doing in the last few months when you weren't on track?
Yeah, well, it's been good. I've got a young daughter. She's just turned 3 years old. So from a family side, it's been really positive to spend time with my wife and my little girl. I've kept in touch with basically mechanics and customers just through a bit of video calling and on the phone, just to try and keep the conversations going. I've been doing the shopping and just general sort of been around the house an awful lot, which is quite nice because of the job we obviously do. We're
Yeah.
travelling away and staying in hotels the majority of the week. So it is nice to finally spend some time at home. But yeah, already now we've got back another couple of weeks. It's why we do it. We obviously enjoy what we do, and yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
It's our business.
I think you've actually told the story of so many of the guys and girls from karting, what they've been doing the last couple of months, playing a different role. What's your team shaping up like now? Is there any change from what's happened, or are you just basically picking up from where you left off, say when you were at the Winter Cup and so on, back in February?
Yeah, I'd say we're trying to pick up from where we left off the best possible where we can. Touch wood, we haven't had any customers that are affected where I don't think they can go racing or anything like that. So I think we're okay with that. I think some maybe are reconsidering the championships. Maybe they do because of the maybe some travel restrictions, and maybe not just the UK. Maybe with other countries, and obviously all the Euro Series has been rescheduled and what have you. We're committed to doing that with the drivers that want to do that, of course, and we're excited. So I think the main difference might be one or two drivers will just rejig their calendar. Obviously, everybody's trying to complete a championship in a shorter period of time now, so it is a very busy calendar. We of course do the X30 and the Rotax series, so there is quite a few weekends where we're going to be in 2, maybe even 3 places at once, trying to do the British, and the Euro series, and maybe testing for one of those in the other classes. So yeah, it's going to be hectic, and I think for the customers, most of them, well, I think they're all on board, and they can't wait to get back going, really.
Yeah, it sounds like it is going to be hectic. How many drivers are we talking about here that you work with this season?
Yeah, sure. I would say we've probably got over 30 drivers across all the different
Wow.
series. Yeah, it's quite a lot to manage from club level right in the UK through to the British level, as I say, both Rotax and Miami X30, and then the European side of things as well. Some of our British guys obviously cross over and do the Euro series, but we do have drivers from various European countries and even further afield from UAE that we help and assist. So yeah, there's a large group. We're almost in two teams within one, really.
Yeah, and tell me, any changes for this year? Any changes within the team as far as your approach or material, or I know you're also doing your own engines now, but is there any major change, coming in this year?
There was nothing major. We're an OTK distributor for what was the FA car. It's now been rebranded to the EOS car, so that was a little branding change. We run our own sort of sticker kits and identity anyway, so to most people they won't even notice the difference. Internally, we've got 2 or 3 guys that have been with me as team managers for the best part of 10 years, really. So people around the paddock will know them, Sean and Russell Carter. They're very quick at the old tyre changing contest, if anybody's seen them there. But
Yes.
they've been great guys, yeah, very loyal with me and fantastically hardworking. So yeah, no major changes. We've used the last few weeks in regards to our engine development. We've obviously got our internal engine department, so we've been trying to develop stuff to hit the ground running, really, pick up where we left off. It's been successful with that, and I really enjoy it. It's sort of a new part for me, sort of a new challenge, and it's going well. But no, other than that, we've restructured, I suppose, the truck and just restocked and reorganised the workshop and things like that, and we're ready to go now.
Okay, sounds like you're full of energy. Before I let you go, I guess, for dinner, what about some special people I saw talking about Formula One this week, because we're here in Austria, in your karts? Maybe, I know I've got some photos, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about how did you get these guys driving on track with you, and how was that for the mechanics and everybody?
Yeah, well, we've got a relationship with ADD Management, who are basically the guys that have helped sort of steer Lando's career, basically, Lando Norris's career from karting. So we've stored karts for them in the past for their guys to come and do training days, and we've just continued that relationship. And they reached out to us again. They come in the winter, and they've reached out again basically during, as soon as they felt it was appropriate and we were out of any restrictions of the lockdown, to come and try and get a little bit of fitness and get kart fit. So yeah, they got in touch, and of course we've welcomed with open arms, and it was great. It was nice for our other drivers. They all got involved. We had a busy day at the Wilton Mill Kart Circuit where we're based, and thankfully the weather held up, and we had a good dry day. They were really competitive. They were asking them to do data and telemetry and new tyres and things, but they were pushing each other. It was really, really close, and to be honest, they were impressive.
I've only heard good things about the F1 drivers that have been back in the karts, but they all say they love it, they miss it, not only F1 drivers, but a lot of the race drivers. And I'm sure they had a fun time. Everything I saw, Lando said, karting was really the best years, and it was really nice to see you, and you look healthy, and you must have been doing a bit of fitness or something. I think, Dan, have you? Running around after your 3-year-old.
Yeah, a bit of that. Obviously, lockdown, typically the first month, I just was indulging, and then sort of thought, I've got to do something about it. So did a little bit of training, and sort of got myself a little bit better shape, ready for the season start. But it's as you say, we're enthusiastic, we're ready to go, and so are the drivers. I think we all just want to do something we enjoy again and go racing.
Perfect, sounds good. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks very much, Shane. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
From scones to sushi to a global player in Japan's karting scene. Konbawa, Kenji Kazuka. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine.
You're fine. Konbawa. Everything okay?
Yes, everything okay.
What's been happening at Team Global there in Nagoya? What's been happening?
And I understand the COVID situation. Then on March, my business is okay because we had a race. Then April, May, my business go down, but not only me, maybe everybody same. I don't worry about, because once race start, my team quite big. So once race start, maybe 10 to 15 driver join the race.
Yes.
So I didn't worry about. So this month, I'm lucky. We had a Rotax Max challenge in Mizunami.
Yes.
So my business going up. So also from next month, everything restart. I mean, All Japan Championship and Yamaha meeting, Rotax Max Challenge also. So everything gonna be good, I hope.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's a positive message. Tell me, how did the people feel? How did the drivers and the mechanics feel when they were at the race last week? Did they feel positive now about everything?
Yeah, I think so. Because once racing start, I think everybody wants to back the race.
Of course.
So that's why many competitor, maybe total about 160 competitor come to the Mizunami.
Yes, very good.
So everybody may be happy.
Yeah, very good. It's great news coming out of Japan and also for your team, Kenji. So I'm happy that I got to speak with you because I was watching the race last weekend a little bit on the internet. So thank you very much for sharing the news, and also I think it's a positive message, very positive for everyone. And I'm looking forward to more races now in Japan, and we will wish you all the best of luck for your team. Thank you. Domo arigato.
Yeah, thank you. Arigato, Jen-san. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Next, we fly south to Australia's sunny Gold Coast. G'day. Hi, Michael Patrizzi. Patrizzi Costa, how are you?
Hi, Jan. Well, thanks. Yep, greetings
Good.
from Australia.
Thank you. I wish I was on the Gold Coast actually. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Definitely a nice spot to live. I did my fair share in Europe. Living from Western Australia originally, but I think the Gold Coast at the moment is probably the best place to be in Australia, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. So what have you been doing? I know I've seen lots of photos on social media and I've got some of them. I've stolen them, of course, with approval. Yeah. But you've been on track so often, once you could get back out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. I've got a good group of professional drivers that race in the V8 supercars. One of them is a MotoGP world champion a couple of times, Casey Stoner, and these guys like to get out in the go-kart as much as possible. And once the track opened, we've been busy, and it's great because it's KZ equipment, so it's always fun and challenging. And the guys just love going fast, so they've kept me busy for sure.
Yeah, I think they have kept you busy. I know they also, of course, we had Scotty McLaughlin a photo on a few weeks ago with Mark Wicks from Kart Sport News, and he just won last weekend, of course, the V8 supercars, the supercars round. But getting off that subject,
absolutely.
I suppose as far as the business and the team goes, you've got quite, a big business there. You're also the official manager of Daniel Ricciardo's kart globally, amongst other things. Marin Kremers is also one of your drivers, things like this. So what has this done now that you've obviously had to stop, think about things, be prepared, and, what happens next?
It's certainly been interesting. Yeah, sure. The business is quite big from a karting point of view. Our business, we are heavily invested, which, yeah, sure, brings some rewards when everything's going well. But when things are like where we are at the moment, it's quite scary. It's a little bit difficult, but we've had to adapt, definitely. The racing business in Australia will be quite slow for some period. I hope we get back racing this year in a national level. We're trying our best. However, as a country, we're kind of a little bit divided at the moment because we have borders that are closed. And just today, Victoria, one of the biggest states, closed. Everyone else closed their borders to them. So it's looking increasingly difficult to get back to where we were in a short period of time. So I think moving forward now, we've got to change our system a little bit and the way we go about it, and probably look more to the social aspect of karting, the part that we all used to love doing. And I'm sure if we all get our heads together, we can, as a group collectively, we can make social karting quite enjoyable and still have a business that uses product and people still get to the tracks.
Well, people want to get back on track, don't they? More than anything. That's the passion, and also seeing the people. It's not only racing on a simulator, which I know you guys had some esport racing there, but in the meantime, like you say, maybe it's an opportunity to change some things and think about how do we go forward for the industry and the sport.
Definitely. I think we've seen a lot of, not impulse buying, but a lot of different products, that are more prominent at the moment, being purchased more prominent at the moment. Stuff like our Alpine Stars has been going crazy since we took that on. Helmets and accessories have been, really accessible to karters that would normally just forget about it. But everyone wants to get to the track, and it's only so long they can do this for. So I think for most, the day where we can just get back to normal karting life, I should say, and get back to the racetrack as best as we know it would be great. But I think that'll be some time to come.
Yeah.
In this country, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's not only in Australia, but many countries around the world at the moment, and that's why we've got Kart Globe at the moment. It's really interesting to talk to you, and of course, we've been really enjoying all the social media posts, and I also am a follower of Casey Stoner, so yes, I've seen that. Jamie Whincup as well, pole position last week in the supercars, and he was there on the track. So whatever you're telling these guys and whatever they're doing, I think everybody should get out there on the track and not too close, of course, keep the distance, but and yeah, take a leaf out of their book and grab a go-kart and do some driving.
Absolutely. The funny thing is these professional drivers still want coaching, and they still want to be on track. So I think a lot of the younger kids need to also look at it and say, okay, look, we need to source this ourselves as well and learn from them.
Yeah.
A little secret is that Scott's always in the go-kart once a week now. Jamie's been in the go-kart 4 times in the last 4 weeks,
Okay.
and goes again next week. So they're always in the go-kart. Not always do we publicly show that,
No.
but they realise it's such an essential part to their driving.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely
their
paying
success.
off. I know that you've
Yeah.
got some special news coming up, but you're probably not going to tell me before the World and the European Championships in the Ricardo kart. Are you going to tell me who's going to be driving?
No, I can't.
How
No,
long have I
can't.
got to wait?
But it's going to be good. Soon. Yeah, soon.
Okay.
Daniel and I are pretty excited about this. We don't do things halfway. I'm sure he'll do a good job. He's done a
Okay.
good job before, so I'm sure he'll
Yeah.
do a good job again.
All right.
And-
Is
and
he
as a-
a defending world champion?
I'm not going to say anything,
Okay. All right. I'll stop
but
guessing.
there's lots of defending world champions out there.
Yes, there is. And I'm going to say, does his name start with D?
I can't confirm.
Okay, or it could be M or D, but anyway, I'm going to let you go because I know you came back to work especially to talk to us tonight. You're all there
Sure.
on your own.
Hopefully, where is it? This side. Hopefully this year I can get another one of these trophies.
Okay, all right, so there'll be 2 there the next time we talk to you in Kart Globe for the new season. But for now, we're going to wish you luck. Great to see you again, and maybe I'll
Thanks,
see
Jen.
you on the Gold Coast when I'm home for Christmas, if I can get there from Austria.
Sure,
So
you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Well done.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for bringing
much.
us all together.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. We travel from Queensland to New South Wales to Tom Williamson Motorsport. Hi Tom, g'day, how are you? All the way down there
Hello.
in Wollongong, I guess, near Sydney.
Yes, I am. I'm in Wollongong. It's about 9:30 at night. Yeah, it's been a nice day. What about yourself?
Yeah, nice day here too, sunny, 22 degrees in Austria near the lake, so we like it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Pretty similar day here. 19 degrees, I think, and sunny.
Yeah.
So but that's our winter. It's
Yes.
a hot. That's a hot day.
Yeah, and of course in winter you guys should be racing at the moment anyway. But I've heard some news that there's been some more races postponed, borders are closed and things like this between the states where you have to quarantine. Some states yes, some states no. Depends on the government, local government, state government. So what have you guys been doing since all this happened?
Yeah, so we sort of everybody's been hit by the same pandemic. So we haven't been racing. We've just started club racing, and that's been going on. Myself and my team, we've been doing we were quarantined and couldn't really do anything for I think it was about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But since then we've been testing pretty hard lately, with the hope that it's opening up soon. National racing is definitely been put on the back burner for the short term, but it's looking like if the state borders open up soon, we're going to start racing, August, September time and finish off the year and finish off the season.
Okay. And what about for you guys? I know there's a new circuit also there, the circuit of Mark Webber. I guess an old circuit that's now new, near Canberra. So, and also more news as well about a driver program. So lots has been happening in the background there.
Yeah, I've had plenty going on. The rest has given me a bit of time to sort stuff out. So I've now got a Brad Jones a junior driver development team.
Yeah.
Program started. So that entails that I select 10 drivers through my team and even outside of the team, which I'm still working on. But to find tomorrow's superstar, you know,
Okay.
I enjoy working with young talent, and that's what it's about for me. So at the moment where we've been going through that, they get to go to V8 supercar races, learn what the ropes are, and then we've got also programs where their fitness is checked, mental training, promotional training, all the above. So they see the big picture. About,
Yeah.
it's all the things.
Of course, Brad Jones there in the background, some of his team, as you said, the drivers get to go to the races as well and see, is this really what I want to do, and all the hard work that goes on behind it. I just saw a photo come up there on the screen with Pierre Gasly. Now I remember this on social media. I think he posted it on his Twitter as well, in one of the aero carts there with the Rotax, and of course, Tom, you must have been quite proud of meeting this, you know, really friendly young guy after the Formula One race was cancelled.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So Pierre, one of Pierre's guys got in contact with me. We were actually taking the first round of our Rotax Pro Tour, and he said he's still at the track. Yeah, we haven't been shut down yet. So he said, "Oh, well, I've got someone to test." Naturally, I said, "Who? I'm not anybody in my card." And he's an F1 driver. So I said, "Oh, yeah, okay." So Pierre rocked up, and Pierre said he was such a lovely dude. And I threw him in the go-kart, and he spent all afternoon. And he was really good. You know, looked at the data, worked with me, and just an ordinary guy. And it was refreshing to see that, and it was great. You know, F1 drivers aren't robots. They're normal human. He was a great dude.
And he was all geared up to go racing, and of course the race was cancelled at the last moment there in Melbourne. So, you know, but we also saw Pierre in Dubai, I think, also there on his way back. He got stuck there for a little while as well, so did some driving. But really great to see. What do you think, Tom, before I let you go, because I know it is late, but what do you think now is going to be the situation in Australia? I know, you know, there's all different things that can happen on a daily basis, of course. It's still critical, but what's your honest feeling about this season?
I'm fairly sure we're going to start racing August, September. It's going to be series. We'll get back to our AKC Pro Tour. We'll probably lose a round out of is my suggestion, but as long as there's no second wave or the pandemic doesn't flare up, the state's open. That's everybody starting Australia with having that get that footprint of getting back to national.
Yeah.
So as the pandemic sort of settles it down, I'm 90% sure that's the way to go. So we're testing for that and working.
Yeah.
So that's all systems ahead.
Alrighty. Okay. We're having a bit of a problem with the sound there, but it's really nice to see you. Great to talk to you. Thanks for staying up to join us here on Kart Globe. There's some exciting news before we leave this great southern land though. Third generation Queensland karter, 12-year-old Alice Buckley, has been selected by the FIA Women in Motorsport Commission as Australia's representative in the FIA Girls on Track Rising Stars program. Unfortunately, due to many of the state borders being closed and 14-day isolation in place, the upcoming national series rounds have again been postponed. Well, a lot of circuits have taken advantage of the forced downtime, as we saw in the recent episode with Schwarzkopf in South Africa, with Karting Campos in Spain now being resurfaced and Wilton Mill in the UK getting some new curbs. We'll continue to follow in any case, as more positive news each day means karters can get back on track soon.
Hello Jen, hello guys from Kart Globe. We're now going to picking up Mario, our photographer, and then we'll go straight to Adria for the latest 2 rounds of the WSK Supermaster Series, but also the first race for us of Room Energy Media of the second phase of the year. We're very happy and we're confident the whole will be good for the weekend. See you later for the second update.
Hi guys, we finally reached the track. This is the day 2
of the WSK Big One event. We're very happy to be on track. We all safe. All people is really in the march, so all of us are respecting the rules. And yesterday we had the first qualifying practices, good results, a lot of surprises, and there are so many drivers, around 200, and this means that karting movement is restarting very well. See you next week.
What's going on in Germany, Bjorn? Servus, Bjorn. How are you?
Hi Jenny, thanks. Everything fine, and you?
Yes, good. But you look like you've had a little holiday. Have you had a little holiday?
Yes, we
Just
had
a
no
short
races,
one?
so I had time for holidays.
Yeah. You look much, although you're in work mode, I know, but much more, I guess, ready for the race season now than sitting at home in your garden at that very strange time when we first started talking on episode 1. Now we're up to episode 5. Some of the racing's back. What's happening in Germany?
Yeah, in Germany, the first race is planned for the 12th of July. It's a regional ADAC race, but it's only allowed to do the race with 70 drivers. So there are some high restrictions for the race, but that is now planned as first race, first ADAC race in Germany. I know there was one smaller race some weeks before, but this is the first regional championship race.
Okay. And what about the next steps? I know we keep seeing the changes, and I see on the news it always depends on the local council, and the tracks obviously are coming under pressure there. So
yeah, there are some more races planned for end of July and the beginning of August, and also the German Championship is planned for the second weekend of August. But at the moment, all the races are planned, and all the organization are doing a good job to prepare a concept to do the races. But we have to wait for the approval of the local government from or the city council, if they approve the race or not. And there are some difficulties every day. So last week we had a lot of issues in a local company, and there were more than 1,000 people infected. So this whole area are locked down again. And it will be interesting to see if the local councils will approve a race with nearly 1,000 people. So that is something I am at the moment afraid that they will not approve the races not to be in the headline if something happened.
yeah, of course, today I spoke also with Stan Pex. He's in Adria, the DKM champion, and he said, everyone's happy to be back there. I think there is 180 or so drivers. So again, as you say, we don't want to see anything negative in the headlines, but he was quite positive. He said, some people there were taking care with the masks and so on. So we will have to see, and it is a lot of people. We don't realise sometimes how many people are there at one race, but we will have to wait and see what happens as this unfolds anyway.
Yes, we have to wait. At the moment, every week there will be a change, and if we will have a big impact in the next 2 weeks, it can be cancelled quite short before the race will start. So we do not know what happened, but I'm confident that we will have racing this year, but I'm not sure if it will be at the beginning of August.
No. Okay. Well, we will let you go now. Sorry?
So what I see from the different countries compared to Germany, in Germany they're quite careful about it. So I also have seen that in Czech Republic and Poland motocross races are run last weekend. So, but in Germany nothing happened, only football. And that is something it's different to the other countries. So when I see the WSK in Adria, there's a full program with 180 drivers, and it looks like that nothing happened. Yeah. But that will be different in Germany.
Yeah, it's also a double round, so the guys have been there on track, I think, since last week and on the weekend setting up. Yeah. So they're there for a full week before they obviously go to the next race. And we will have to wait and see. obviously there will be restrictions, there will be, you know, things in place to make sure that the people are taking care and so on. But a different mentality, different culture, but also different rules from the government, depending on, as you said, what's happening locally there and where the tracks are located. So many different things. We talked about travel as well, and you know how this will work with an event like an international event like this, or like the DKM and Euro Trophy and all different things happening in Europe. So once again, there's still restrictions.
At the moment, for example, we have restrictions for people from Sweden and Norwegian. They have to stay 2 weeks in quarantine when they come to Germany. Also for people from UK and Ireland. So if that will be also difficult for international races, and there are people from these countries, they can't compete because, or they have to be in Germany 2 weeks before the race.
Yes, but depending on where they have to go next. And the next race or back to work, this is the reason why everyone's sort of saying, well, hold on, am I able to go or not? And some of course, the rules and restrictions you don't hear until the last moment. Can we go? Can't we go? And this causes another issue with travel and planning. So definitely still now a completely different aspect, I guess, coming out.
For the German, it will be interesting what happened with the race in Spain, the planned champions for the future race, and also the European Championship. At the moment, there are also travel restrictions for Spain. So if they come back from Spain, they have to go 2 weeks in quarantine. So I don't know if they can compete the race, if they are allowed to travel there. That will be also interesting to see.
You think that it's possible for the authorities to monitor that if people are going into quarantine, or, you know, because there's so many...
At the end, the government or the authorities have to be aware about. But if I do a international race with a lot of press and all the stuff, there will be people from your city who are informed about that you are competing there. So if you then not go in quarantine, there are a high fee you have to pay. So that's a bit tricky.
Okay, so no real news. I have seen a little bit of news there from the CIK calendar, but we'll have to take a closer look at that, I guess, and see what's happening as well for next year.
Yeah, but at the moment, I don't want to look on the calendar on 2021 if we have not any race in 2020.
No.
So.
It's a little bit scary, isn't it? It's like, well, it's there, so is that wishful thinking? Or is it, in case we can't do much this year, that at least we can look forward to next year? What do you think?
They are quite early this year with the calendar, so that it's a bit... I was a bit wondering. Normally last year it was in October when the first calendar was presented, so now it's earlier. One reason can be that all the people have a lot of time to do the planning for next year.
Yes.
And also they want to show a sign that that will continue next year. For Germany, we will have a European Championship in Mülsen on the new track in Eastern Germany. That will be interesting to see with the KZ classes. In June, I think.
Well,
so that is good to have.
Yeah, it's good. Very good.
It's good. It's good to have a race again in Germany, an international race next year.
Yeah.
And also we have Wackersdorf this year with the OK and OK Junior class for the European Championship.
So
we will see if that will happen or not.
Yes, I was going to say we'll have to see that one. It's a little bit closer, but you've been to Mülsen, and what do you think? Is it going to be a great track for the KZ drivers?
What I have seen now, and the feedback from the people I get, all are happy about the track. There are one tricky corner at the end of the track when you go on the start-finish line. So some people are complaining about that. But at the end, the main feedback is really positive.
Very good, very good. Okay, so once again, I will let you go because I'm always taking you away from your work, I know that. But it's nice to talk to you, Bjorn. It's always nice to get an insight into what's happening in Germany. It's such a big, part of karting in Europe, and of course everyone's watching around the world to see what are they doing in Europe, and we'll be watching what's happening in Italy as well, and catch up with you in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good day
you.
and all the best. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
In the heart of the European Union lives Gulam Alvarez. How are you?
Hi Jane, I'm very good, very good. Thank you for contacting me. How are you?
Yes, I'm good as well, and of course happy to hear that you're going to be at the BNL this weekend. I saw the breaking news from Alex Goldschmidt last night. So you're going to be a commentator. You're a fellow journalist. Of course, we've known each other for a few years, and you're one of our followers who gets some news, insights, quotes, of course, from Kart Globe, I'm sure, for your press releases. But yeah, nice to see you. So what's been happening there in Belgium?
Oh, a lot of things has been happening here in Belgium. I'm located in Brussels currently, and yeah, we've been through a lot of difficulties as everybody in the business, as you can imagine. But it's finally back on track, and this is absolutely good news. And as you know, in Belgium we have different national series, the IME Series Benelux and the BNL Karting Series, which are the two main karting competition. And they're finally back on track. They've released calendars a couple of weeks ago, as you've seen. And we're going to have an event in Genk for the BNL coming up this weekend, IME in August. They're both going to start again in August after a few weeks, months of forced break. So that's good news, yes.
Yeah, it's great news. We actually spoke to Koen Lemons recently on the program, and they were just waiting for that green light. And a few days later, they had the announcement. So they finally got the okay to go. What's your feeling about this after this break, and now everyone's hoping to get back on track, but what's your feeling about how it's going to roll out now with such a jam-packed program?
That's going to be, as you said, jam-packed, because it's going to be busy every weekend pretty much. But the good thing is that everybody has been pretty much able to get things going again, and to set up calendars, even though we don't have as many rounds as we would have hoped for. But still, we have pretty much complete programs, and that's the beautiful thing of all the organizers being able to put things together. So that's the first positive thing, but that's gonna mean a lot of work, obviously, until the end of the season, basically. But let's just keep it positive, and I think that everybody is happy just to get back on track and get back to work and on a regular basis.
Yeah, and the drivers, of course, the kids have been at home doing homeschool, so. Now they've got holidays coming up for the summer, so I guess they'll be wanting to be at the track every day.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully the public will be more and more allowed on tracks. As it happens in Belgium, we're going to have restrictions lifted more and more as we go through the summer, hopefully. But for example, for the BNL coming up this weekend, this is like a reboot event, like a warm-up before the series in August. I think the spectators won't be allowed on track. So there's still restrictions going on in Belgium. But I got to say that both series and everybody in the business has really done a great job at managing those restrictions and allowing people on track as soon as the month of May. So early May, the tracks could reopen progressively for private practice first, as Mr. Lemons has told you. So that's very positive.
Yeah, and of course, just across the border, excuse me, you've got the Netherlands, and I know that some of those drivers and the little academies and things with chrono karting, they've already been on track, getting them ready for the race season to begin as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Yami Series Netherlands has published, a couple of days ago as well, their calendar. And once again, they're going to have 3 more events coming up, I think, starting in August as well. They're going to go in Mariembourg, in Verrey, in Eindhoven as well. So, Mariembourg, Genk, all those Belgian and as well as the tracks in the Netherlands are going to be very, very busy over the next few weeks. But that's really good news. So, yeah, pretty much all the series that we have here in the Netherlands and Belgium are slowly getting back on track, getting back to business. And, hopefully without further disruptions, shall we say, until the end of the year. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say thank you very much for squeezing me in, because I know that you're preparing for this weekend's BNL Reboot 2.0. And yeah, say hi to everyone there at Karting Genk. All the best for all the drivers. And I'll be watching anyway on the live stream and listening in. So, oh, there goes a truck through my studio. Okay, so he's back on track too. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Glenn.
absolutely. Thank you,
All
Jen,
right.
and see you next time, and hopefully on track very soon too.
Yes, see you then. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Then we head to the karting cafe at Polski Karting, who's almost in holiday mode. Before you take off, please tell us the latest news.
Finally, the karting games are starting now. The
Fantastic.
border open and the quarantine is over, so we are slowly coming back to life.
Very good. Good to hear.
Okay, at the beginning, because I have some of topics, about 5 topics
Nice.
this week. At the beginning, I would like to say about girls on track.
Yes.
As you know, a few days ago, FIA published and announced a list of names of participants of Girls of Track Rising Stars this year's program, and which will be attended by 20 drivers this year, and including 2 drivers from Poland.
Who are they? Who are they?
It's Natalia Gładysz and Marta,
Okay.
Kinga. I think that at least one of them will take part in the further part of the project, which is participation in Ferrari Driver Academy.
Wow.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah. As you know, last year, Polish woman driver Michalina Sabej was in a final of this
Yes.
program.
Yes.
And I think that it is possible to see the future Polish woman driver behind the wheel of Ferrari. What do you think?
Nice. Very nice. I think it's a great idea. Let's do it. What else?
Okay.
What else is happening there? The girls are leading the way.
Yeah. In June, in Poland, there was a Rotax Bonus Cup karting event, but it is not officially inauguration of the season.
Okay.
We have now Polish drivers in Central Eastern Europe Rotax Max Challenge. Yeah, it was great Polish victory in Kecskemét in Hungary.
Yes.
But Rotax Bonus Cup in June in Poland, there was the event. We wait for 272 days. It was a
My
record
goodness.
for break in the competition.
Yeah.
This season in Poland, we will have the shortest season in the history, which lasts only 4 months.
Yeah.
It will be 3 events of Rotax, 4
Yes.
events Rock Cup, and 3 events of Polish Championship.
Okay.
And last weekend, we have 4 Polish drivers in Central Eastern Europe Rotax Max Challenge in Hungary, Kecskemét. But last year's Polish drivers was a main force in this
Yes.
series.
Yes.
20, 30 drivers each event, but now only 4.
My goodness.
But it didn't stop 2 of them to stay on
No.
the podium.
That's right. They were still strong. But it's a shame there isn't more of them there. But we'll see what happens perhaps later in the year, and maybe we need to look forward then. So we will see what happens. But congratulations to them. Any more news in Poland that I should know about?
Yeah, we have some interesting news, because 2 weeks ago, Polish Karting Magazine announced that there will be first Polish driver in a Zauber karting team.
Yes.
This Oli Pyłka, who
Yes.
is the one best juniors in the Polish karting. But now we have the second driver. It
Okay.
is Piotr Czaja, who will be a new driver of Zauber karting team and participate this week in Adria, Italy, in the WSK Supermaster Series.
Yes.
And I think it's this is probably the implementation of agreement between Zauber Motorsport and Orlen.
Okay.
As you know, is the main sponsor of Kubica, who will be in Alfa Romeo Racing. And it's some kind of something like Orlen Driving Academy, Orlen Karting Academy,
Wow.
which Zauber Motorsport will be responsible.
Wow, this is really big news. I'm excited to hear this. And again, you know, what a great combination. And of course, Robert Kubica has done a fantastic job over the years. So he's a great role model and mentor for these kids also. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's right. But finally, this weekend we will go in the first round of Polish Karting Championship.
Yes.
It will be, and here is some curiosity because it will be an event that all Polish karting drivers will take a part.
Okay.
All Rotax drivers. It will be a huge, I think, the biggest event in this year, the first one, because it's official inauguration of the karting season. But it is not about all Polish drivers, but also Polish drivers from abroad.
Okay.
Like for Dawid Liwiński or Maciek Hamera.
Yes.
Very well-known drivers in UK or in Netherlands, winners of Super One Series and runner-ups Andrea Margutti Trophy. But the Polish Karting Championship is also, it will be also commemorate of Stanisław Szelichowski, the first karting promoter, legendary journalist from Motor Magazine, who has been promoting karting in Poland since 60s. Unfortunately, Mr. Szelichowski passed away 2 years ago at the age of 87, but during the competition it will be played memorial of Stanisław Szelichowski in OK Junior category. And I would like to say from myself that Mr. Szelichowski was a great friend of the Polish Karting Magazine and our mentor. I'm talking about the editorial staff of Polish Karting, but he was also very well known in the world because for 19 years he was the vice president of CIKFIA.
Wow. Okay. So what a great way to commemorate, and it's looking like a really good event. Lots of drivers and lots of great drivers there, all together. I'm sure they're all going to love this, and I'm going to be watching, of course, on Polski Karting to see the results online. But a great way to commemorate as well. You know, a wonderful person who's done a lot, obviously, for karting in Poland as well. So yes, well, great to hear this,
So Jen,
Paweł.
holiday starts. We are going to holidays. Polish Karting Magazine.
Okay.
Going to holidays. So stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you.
See you next holiday.
Bye for now. Enjoy your
Bye-bye.
holiday. See you.
Bye.
Ciao. Thank you. That's our trip for this week. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and share the news from Kart Globe. Bye.